I graduated from Illinois State University in 1996, and I had a 10-year reunion in 2006 with a bunch of my old roommates and friends that we hung out with. As a little memento, I created a box set for everybody, and I think I made about 10 of these, and they were customized because there's different subgroups of people that hung out. Manchester relates to the dorm at Illinois State for the years 1992 to 1993. Quisp relates to a band that some of my roommates were in, and some people participated in watching them as well as recording them, such as me. Morgue, which is 509 Fell, which was our party house in 1994 to 1995. 505 Hovey was the house we lived in our last year, or at least some of us. For me, it was my last year. And then back in Naperville, if people partied with us or we did different things at people's houses and basements, we would record different things, and that applied to a certain subset. So what I did is I digitized all of our VHS tapes, audio tapes, and made copies of a bunch of things. And the reason why I'm posting this video is because I guess I urge people to not get rid of old VHS tapes and such, because it's really interesting watching some of this, and some of it can actually be very embarrassing. But if you want to give a good gift, put stuff together like this and give it out, because I can tell you all the friends that I made these for still have them and they like them. It's a little time capsule. So I'm going to talk, for starters, about the morgue. The morgue was a house that 6 of us rented, and it was a party house on the campus of Illinois State, and we actually had a real morgue table. My roommate's father or someone in his family owned a company that made them, so we would serve a number of kegs of beer. It was natural light, and we'd have parties on Thursdays and Saturdays, and we never got in trouble or busted or anything. What I did is I put together a bunch of pictures here, and also put a little bit of a narrative in terms of the whole compilation and what I have, what's in this box. This here is a listing of all the material on all of the DVDs that are in this box set. That way you can put a DVD in and you can skip to a particular scene. And a lot of these chapters, if you will, or they have names, so you can see when a particular person kind of was first recorded. So I'm going to step ahead here to the discs, and here's the whole stack of CDs and DVDs. So here's Quisp. This is the band where some of my roommates were in, and so I put all their audio that was on cassettes on CD. This is a DVD of a group called Joyhammer that played in our basement for our 100 and some guests that we packed down there for one of our parties. Here's another Quisp disc. So if you weren't associated with Quisp or the morgue, you didn't get these. Here's a CD from New Year's Eve at my townhouse in 2001. I had a whole bunch of people over. If you were at that party, you got the audio disc of the microphone getting passed around. Kind of funny. Here's more CD audio. These are various soundboard recordings. There's a demo of theirs. Okay, so it's not all Quisp, but there's a lot of Quisp in here because it was something that all of us were really involved with, that particular band. Here's other bands that played at our party house. Here's a DVD of the entire show from 1995. Gun Baby Fu and Fido. Here's another one, Shriek in Nature. This is from 1994. And now we start getting into the dorm discs. So these are all VHS from VHS tapes, and there's about 2 hours each. So Manchester Dorm, 1992 to 1993. Here's disc 2. There's a lot of discs here. This goes up to disc 4, disc 7. Okay, then we start getting into the 509 years. So 509 Fell, and you'll see I made the logo. That's our logo that we used on advertising around campus for our party, the John Lennon, and we typed the morgue on it. But this is a video with a bunch of party footage from our basements. And then here's 505, which was the house I lived at my last year before graduating. So right here is just a stack of stuff, and you wouldn't want this stuff to get on YouTube, trust me, and you really wouldn't want it to get out because just the things we did and the language and such was, it's pretty incriminating, we'll say that. But the fact is, the people that were part of this, they at least have copies, and ever want to watch it, they have it. So those are the discs. Here's the booklet I made. Also, there's a bunch of other stuff here. For one of the houses I lived at, we have a blank check because we had a joint checking account. At our party house at 509 Fell, the morgue, here's a cassette tape of a party mix that we played, because we'd play cassette mixes, and grunge was really big at the time. But this is 80s music that we would play more toward the end of the evening. So everybody got a cassette tape if you were part of that morgue group, the party house. I also have a bunch of other memorabilia that I made copies of. This is a time that a few of us got busted in the dorm drinking, and this was the report that was typed up. Here's a copy of our realty agreement, as well as when we had to contest to get our security deposit back. So these are things I'm sure people have gotten rid of, but of course I have kept, because I keep everything. Here's another document of something that's been typed up. Here is a photocopy of just a bunch of different things from the Illinois State era. We got the Gamma Bus, which was a service that took students around campus on party nights to get you home safe. We have a registration form for the dorms. Right here we got Grog's Pizza. If anybody remembers Grog's Pizza, 10-inch cheese was $1.99 carry out. We got some dining hall options and food. This is a schedule for one of the weeks. Bunch of stuff from the Daily Vidette, which is what do you call it? The Daily Vidette was our newspaper. Also, we have a listing here of the 2.5 Club. This 2.5 Club is a group of us that did some silly things, and we considered ourselves as members. A couple of us had scabies. This is part of a pamphlet. Everybody will remember all the little bugs and such, but that happens when you're in college. Some band handouts, a couple other things. Here's actually the original ad for 505 Hovey, the house, and what we paid. It was $965 per semester for 8 people, or $10.95 for 7. So really interesting. I don't know what prices are today, but I'm sure it's quite a bit more. Finally, here's one more thing from the Vidette. The year after we moved out of 509 Fell, our party house, the next people living there got busted, and they were on the front page of the Vidette. I don't know, they probably got arrested and got fined, but we went for a whole year without getting in trouble because we were very smart about things. But this is just a copy of that newspaper article. And then after I graduated in '96, I created a website. It's actually still running, but a website on Illinois State. And this is actually a write-up I got in the Daily Vidette that talks about the website. So I included that just for nostalgia. So altogether, this whole package here is a time capsule from Illinois State. If you're looking for something creative to do at a reunion or something like that, make copies of this stuff. And everything's digital nowadays anyways for the most part, but put everything in one spot. That way you can give this to people, they can put it on their shelves, and then someday they can watch it, and if they wish to show it to anybody else, that's up to their discretion. But it's just preserved for future generations to see and learn about. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.